Hello, I'm Adrian, and welcome to the 4th episode of Analytical Story Battle Season 2. In case you're new to the series, what it boils down to is pitting two awesome characters against each other and seeing who would win in a fight. It's an in-depth analytical battle told from a first-person view, so you can feel that you're in the fight right there with them. In terms of the storyline so far, Batman has taken a sample of the heart-shaped herb from Black Panther and used it to revive Superman. Superman then went on a blind rampage and ended up fighting the leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime. Meanwhile, after battling Supergirl, Thanos is now collecting the Infinity Stones. You can find out everything that's happened in the previous episodes of Analytical Story Battle with the playlist in the description below or the card above. The series is heavily based on the fighting styles videos for their respective characters, and if you haven't seen them yet, I highly recommend that you do, as they provide an excellent look at the characters on this series. Also, these characters are taken from their respective films and shows, but they receive their own unique interpretation in this series. In other words, they don't happen before or after a particular movie or episode in their respective timelines. I've already analyzed Blade from his trilogy as well as Daredevil from his Netflix series, so without further ado, it's time for another experimental educational battle. A what-if scenario to determine who would win in a hand-to-hand fight, Blade or Daredevil.
Out of nowhere, Batman called us from his other dimension, mind you, and told us that we needed to head towards the sea underbelly of San Francisco. We were told that an individual of interest had showed up. His name was Blade. This man hunted vampires for a living. All this time we thought vampires were the stuff of fairy tales. But considering I'm currently enveloped by an alien being, I guess anything is possible. In any case, he said for us to follow him for the next few days, but not alert him to our presence, and to not interfere with him under any circumstances. Apparently, this is one of those time space shifts where all reality crumbles or something. It really was no trouble for us. My other can help me track him, and can also render us completely invisible to the naked eye. Couple this with us only tracking him at night, and we're pretty safe from being detected. We're currently on our 5th night tracking him, and so far, he's been doing the city of San Francisco an excellent service. He has a knack for tracking vampire scum, and I'm glad he's dealing with those blood-sucking freaks. I'm just about to tell Batman that nothing out of the ordinary is happening when he comes across another costumed individual. This guy is dressed all in red, and he seems to have two little horns on his head, like a devil. He's currently beating up a group of thugs, but why would Blade be interested in this? Oh no. You could see it for a fraction of a second, but two of the teeth in one of the thugs suddenly grow. That isn't any normal gang of thugs. Those guys are vampires. We want to burst in and help him. This man is protecting innocents like we do, but we remember Batman's words. It could crumble reality as we know it if we come into contact with any of these guys. We stay back and watch the scene play out. The costume heroes really doling out some pain down there. He's extremely well trained, and is using two small sticks to do most of the fighting for him. He's very good at crowd control too. We think we could learn a thing or two from him, down to one last guy. He approaches him and lifts him up and yells. It looks like he's trying to get information out of him. And out of nowhere, the guy bites his neck. The man pushes the vampire off and whacks him hard with his baston, and the vampire is out cold. Blade finally swoops in. The man in red says his name is Daredevil. Blade is telling him that he's been bitten by a vampire, that it won't affect his strength, speed, or anything else for the next few days, but that he needs to go with it to receive treatment. Daredevil doesn't look to be too trusting at all. He keeps his distance, and Blade continues to close in on him. We don't think Daredevil is understanding that Blade wants to help him. Blade then fully elaborates on the bite. Apparently, that particular bite is coated with some sort of poison that could kill him instead of transforming him into a vampire. Blade takes out his serum and shows it to Daredevil, but he knocks the serum out of his hands. He follows up his motion with a quick spin hook kick, which Blade immediately deflects and responds by hitting him with a spinning back fist. The hit connects, but Daredevil fights back with several swift strikes with his two bastons. Blade deflects almost every hit except one, which connects in his temple. Blade staggers back, and Daredevil closes in on him with a series of rapid-fire Wing Chun punches. After a brief combo, Blade begins to deflect his Wing Chun with what seems like Shaolin Kung Fu. In all the countering, Blade finally manages to sneak in a quick rinch hand strike to the neck. Daredevil really reacts in agony to this, but as Blade rushes to get the serum that was knocked out of his hand, Daredevil comes roaring back with a jumping spin back kick, sending Blade crashing into a few trash cans nearby. Daredevil throws one of his bastons at him, and Blade slices it with his own extremely sharp glaive. He throws it right at Daredevil's shin, and looks like he's just trying to stop him in his tracks, not kill him. but Daredevil lifts his leg at the last possible moment and somehow detects, without even looking, that it's coming right back to hit him from behind. So he dodges that as well. That glaive is a boomerang. He's got some pretty cool toys. Blade throws the glaive again, and this time Daredevil turns around and knocks it out of the air and into the wall with his remaining baston. The baston and the glaive are now pretty much useless in this fight. Daredevil runs towards Blade just as Blade draws his gun, and he's immediately disarmed by Daredevil. He knocks it out of the vicinity. He then pulls out his sword, which is also swiftly disarmed by Daredevil. They are both back on their feet, exchanging hits in no time. Blade is matching his hits punch for punch, but our owner senses increased agitation on Blade's side. He was holding back before. It seems he has a lot more strength buried in there. Blade throws a spinning sidekick, follows it up with a flying knee, and ends with a spinning hook kick, sending Daredevil flying towards the very same trash cans Blade was knocked into moments ago. As he attempts to follow up, Daredevil counterattacks with a strong push kick, and then goes into full-on boxing form, throwing hooks, jabs, and uppercuts towards Blade. Blade suddenly drops down to his knees. He then throws a huge uppercut from the ground, sending him flying backwards. Daredevil miraculously finds his footing, but is no longer operating at full capacity. Blade goes in for the tackle, and although Daredevil counters his move with a great guillotine choke, he doesn't have the strength to close it. He's extremely tired now. Blade immediately twists and turns, and counters him with a guillotine choke of his own. He then switches a hold into another headlock, and picks him up, lifting him up entirely over him, and then falling down and slamming him backwards. Daredevil isn't moving. We throw caution to the wind, and web zip our way over there. In less than 10 seconds, we travel over a mile, and land right between them. Blade looks at us like he's going to charge, and we hold up our hand. We are Venom, and we are on your side. We understand that he didn't want your treatment. We have an idea on how to extract the poison coursing through his veins. We grab his serum from the floor and pour it over one of our tendrils. It reacts just like we thought it would, and forms a protective shield over it. We then use our tendril to wrap it over Daredevil's neck. The tendril immediately starts to extract the poison, and the serum coating prevents it from affecting us. Soon it's pulled up as a viscous substance, and I place it right into the empty serum container. He's cured now. Tend to his wounds. We need to report back to a friend. Blade nods and carries him over his back. Hopefully we didn't alter things, as we didn't interfere with the fight proper. He goes over to his car parked nearby and drives off. We hold up the small container with the poison. This might be useful.
And yet another intense fight in Analytical Story Battle comes to a close. This time, Blade prevailed over Daredevil. In terms of martial arts prowess, we're dealing with two extremely skilled combatants that have been trained from a very young age and have been fighting bad guys as soon as they were old enough to. Blade has no idea that Daredevil is blind and doesn't know that he can probably pull some sort of device on him to disable him, like CW Arrow did on his episode of Analytical Story Battle. Furthermore, Daredevil is extremely agile and skilled in dodging and disarming weapons, which is exactly what he does in this fight when he disarms his gun, glaive, and sword. But what separates Daredevil and Blade is that Blade has that super strength within him. He has the strength, speed, and stamina of a vampire. Daredevil is human. He can get tired, he gets winded down, and he's simply not as strong as Blade. Initially, Blade was holding back in his strength as he didn't want to kill Daredevil, but becomes increasingly frustrated when Daredevil won't back down. So in the end, although both were pretty much equal in terms of skill, Blade's overwhelming vampire strength is what sealed his victory. I also would like to make it clear that the vampire poison did not in any way affect Daredevil's strength, orientation, speed, skill, or anything. It would have had an effect on him had more time passed, but it didn't. So in other words, both combatants were fighting at full power. What did you think of the fight? Who should fight next? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe for more awesome content. You can also follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and official Facebook page, which are all at Godzillarex. If you enjoyed this video and would like to help me out, I invite you to check out my Patreon page, which has all sorts of benefits if you join, including finding out exactly what videos I'm working on. For $1 a month, you can help me out tremendously. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.